integrated data is nothing but different platforms, different format the data will be there. However, we bring all the data together in one unique platform, that is data warehouse, where you can access and query anything. Am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Clear?
Ma'am, there is disturbance.
There is?
And there is disturbance.
There is disturbances. What you're saying?
Yes, ma'am.
Mega, what you're speaking, I'm not able to hear. Somebody else tell me what is that?
Ma'am, the voice is little unclear, ma'am.
Huh?
Ma'am, the voice is little unclear.
Unclear.
Like it's making.
Okay. I'll come closer. Just tell me if any problem is there. You are able to see the slide?
No, ma'am.
Good, very good. I thought I did this. One sec. You're able to see?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Okay, there we stop. We should know different databases, why we go for data warehousing. Now my voice is clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So the integration takes place longer time because it stores in different data format and different data values. The programmer will write in different model, different language, different format, different platform. So different databases are integrated. It take long time for the integration. There is some process for it also. And we have separate data warehouse for enterprise. If we have a data warehouse only for one enterprise, which has got many branches outside, and you combine together all the databases in different area, different branches for data analysis, we call that as a entire data warehouse. Then business intelligence, that is very important. We are working on top of it only. One second. Probably you may not hear me because of the fan. I switched off the fan. Business intelligence is nothing but technology, tools, and applications used to collect, integrate, analyze, and present organization raw data to a useful, insight, actionable business information. Yeah, really, business intelligence is nothing but the software made by every corporate to analyze their own data. There we have lot of process, that is integration, analyzation, how to present and what is required, all those things are the tools will do. So these three are there when you talk about data warehouse. So what kind of databases you are integrating for the database? Legacy database, transaction process. What is it? What do you mean by that legacy database? Legacy database is nothing but the older version of the data, which we given as the standard format of the data actually. Very old technology, computer system or application program, previous or outdated computer system. But we cannot just ignore that because it can give us a standard how the data will be flat file, how in hierarchical model, network model. So all these things are taken into consideration for data warehouse, not just like databases what we have developed today. And the next one, transaction database, comes into picture. There is a separate chapter in database management for transaction database where every transaction of a bank, when you enter in the bank, every transaction of the bank will have I can say consistency. Consistency in the sense, while execution of every transaction, there should be a concurrent operation. If not in the sense, if they collide with each other, same transaction, same data is same entity is accessed by many people. If there is a collapse or collision between, then there should be a provision or I can say mechanism. Beautiful chapter I have taken for Emily. Roll back or undo. In the sense, if there is a problem, go back to the previous position without doing whatever is requested because some problem is there. There we call it as a consistency. There should be a consistency execution in transaction database. So legacy database is just to store the file, but transaction database does some operation, but we have to follow some rules and regulations. Transaction processing maintains the integrity, consistent state, ensuring that independent operation of the system are either all completed successfully or all cancelled successfully. That's what I said. Transaction database, if the transaction is executed, do or in the sense you do the operations till the end. Otherwise, if something problem happens in between, just go to the previous state. That's what we say. Consistency. We'll say consistency, and too many terms are there. Concurrency and rollback. Commit. So many words are there, but I am not here to take those things. So this transaction database also plays a very important role in data warehouse. Then we call this an operational database. What do you mean by operational database? It's a source of data for the data warehouse. Here, it contains the detailed data used to run the day-to-day operation of the business. See, look here, data warehouse is a separate data database, the central repository where we store the historical data. Every year the data comes in, we will. But for time being, what is the database required to operational data, which does the job of taking the report, and day-to-day operation will be carried out only by the operational database. That particular database gives the data to the data warehouse. Okay, what we have seen, 4 databases we have seen, that is data warehouse, for which we have enterprise data warehouse, and we need some business intelligence, legacy database, transaction database, operational database. Then why we require this data warehouse when we have so many databases in hand? That is, what is the fundamental difference between these two? Because operational systems are designed to support transaction processing, or I can say transactional database. Transactional database is meant for day-to-day operation like bank. That NCBI, that database will always work for your query, always work for your request. Daily, day-to-day operation will be done. That is, we call that as a online Transactional processing. Okay, transaction processing. It may be online, but it does the job of transaction processing. That's the reason OLTP is there, still there. We are using, but OLTP is what we use for day-to-day operation. But OLAP, that is online analytical processing, is used for historical data. Historical data means analytically we can analyze the data which is stored in different database after event. That is data. We come to know what is the difference of OLTP and OLAP. So what is why data warehouse is separated from operation data warehouse? Yeah.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, last point I missed that OLTP, the differences between OLTP and OLAP.
Yeah,
Can you repeat, ma'am?
OLAP is analyze the data. Analyze the data in the sense it will give you the statistics for year to date. Not day-to-day operation. You cannot do any transaction process in that data. Do you understand? Now transaction data is that bank every deposit, current saving account, whatever the transaction the customer is doing today will be taken care of by the OLTP. OLAP is not for day-to-day operation. It is historical data. Year together you can analyze which kind of pattern it is there, what kind of customer support was given for the business, like that historical pattern and historical things can be analysis. You can analyze the data using OLAP. Correct?
Yes, ma'am, got it, ma'am. That means this OLAP used for the as a storage house.
Huge data will be there. By using some tools, you will be analyzing the data instead of day-to-day operation, like depot, like taking the loan, like you are seeing the online operation. Those things cannot be done in the data warehouse. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am, I understand. Thank you.
That is the reason we are going for data warehouse. Operation data, OLTP is still there. We have everywhere OLTP. But OLAP is not there everywhere. Somewhere huge data is there. We are going for OLAP. So here, why it is separated from operational data warehouse? Why it is separated from operational data warehouse? Because, as I told you, everything is same. Tasks and workloads such as searching particular records, indexing, all this day-to-day operation it is done. In contrast, data warehouse queries are often complex. The higher level queries can be done on the data warehouse and they present a general form of data. Listen, for example, what I can say, you cannot take, now SAMs, you can see the individual information. For each student, you can see the individual information. Or examination separately, you can see. But data warehouse, you cannot see like that. As a student, for this year, or 10 years, what is the history of the student for 10 years? Do you understand? Like that, you can see the generalized form of data, not the low level information. It is high level information. So we need a data warehouse to keep such kind of data. Operation database support concurrent processing of multiple transactions. In the sense, you can make the NCBI database any number of transactions, any number of query can be made to the NCBI. So multiple processing can be done for the different mechanism is there to keep the consistency of the transaction. That's what we call it as a concurrency control and recovery mechanism for operational database. Because too many people will take access the data from one database. Because day-to-day operation means every student will be looking for one bulletin from NCBI. In such cases, how to manage that concurrent, simultaneous transaction? When there is a problem, how to recover that problem? Sorry. So that is operational database. Whereas operational database query allows to read and modify operation, while OLTP query needs only read-only access of stored data. 100%. You cannot write anything to the data warehouse by you. Okay? You can ask, make a query and read only access of stored data, that is OLP, for analyzing the data. So we are separating this operational database and data warehouse. Operational database is only for day-to-day operation, and data warehouse is for seeing the general form of the history of the data. You keep it just like that. That's what I wanted to say. Shall I proceed? Shall I proceed? Understanding a data warehouse is a database which is kept separate from the organized operational database, which is kept aside for storing the data. There is no frequent updating, 5 years updating, 2 years updating. According to the organization requirement, you can update the data once your operational database accumulated. Not daily basis we will update the data. It possesses the consolidated historical data which helps to analyze its business of an organization. And also, it will be organized in such a way, subject-wise it will be organized, and how to integrate and how to understand the data using a strategic decision. All these things will give you a decision support system. Why this data warehouse is given for, it exists for when there is an operational database. Madam, we are using the operational database daily. Why we need to require data warehouse? What is the requirement of data warehouse? It's not like that. Operational database is only for transaction purpose. But data warehousing is used to see the pattern or improve the business by seeing the history of the pattern of the data to make the decision. You will come to know slowly, you will understand what is that. Data warehouse system helps in the integration of diversity of application system. Yeah, the tools and the softwares we are using in data warehouse will take care of all the diverse data which are the platform. And it gives only the data analysis, historical data analysis. That's the understanding of data warehouse. What is the advantage of data warehouse is that same thing, historical information, and it can give you comparative statement for every year. Different dimension, it will give you comparative statements, not the year-wise. A difference between the product, difference between the year of purchase, and how it is competitive with the other company. All those things will be given by data warehouse, and it enhances the quality of the data, and complete data will be inside the data warehouse. And recovery all through, not but with the backup resources are there. So all advantages are there in data warehouse. Actually, the data warehouse supports various business intelligence applications. What do you mean by that? Data warehouse uses the tools and technologies of the business intelligence. That's what I wanted to say. Online analytical processing. Data warehouse uses the processing, not the transaction processing. It uses the analytical processing. It analyzes the data and gives you the decision support system. It gives you how to decide for the process of the improvement of your business, any concern. And then it leads to data mining. Data mining can be carried out on data warehouse to see different. In combination with the data warehouse, you are going to see the data mining. So types of data warehouse is information processing, analytical processing, and data mining. Information processing is that process the data stored in it. How do you process the data is by querying, basic statistical analysis, reporting cross tables, charts, and graphs. Information, how you are presenting the information. Analytical processing is that it is analyzed by OLP operations. Very important concept is that slice and dice. We are going to see that. I'm just giving you the theoretical part of the data warehouse. Slice and dice. You can slice it and dice it, or drill down or drill up or pivoting. All these operations can be carried out in the data warehouse to analyze the data. We are going to see that what is slice and dice, what is drill down and drill up and pivoting. Very beautiful concept. So, I'm not getting that. You will play with one box, no? What is the name of that one? You will rotate it, no? What is the name of the play? It's a box like square will be there.
Rubik's Cube.
Huh?
Rubik's Cube.
Hey, I'm not getting it. I've forgotten the name of that one. You can change it over, no? You can rotate it in different directions. What is that name? I'm not getting it. Same, I'll show you. So next processing is data mining, discovery of finding hidden pattern. That's all. Hidden pattern. You may not know which product is sold when other product is purchased. Together it will be purchased, but the salesman or the company people will not know when particular product is purchased along with the 3 or more products are purchased together. Whenever a customer enters, he will buy particular product, then he will concentrate on getting other products also. The pattern will not be seen by transaction processing. You will come to know only by the mining process, because the mining process is nothing different software which uses to see the hidden patterns. You don't know, you cannot make it only by seeing the data, you can see the hidden pattern. And also associations. We are going to see what is association, how a product is associated with the other product. Constructing analytical models, taking few purchase and making it and seeing, you analyze the data, analyze the purchase and make a model. That model may be used for the further. Performing classification and prediction. You can classify the data which belongs to the same category. Many processes are there in data mining. In detail, we are going to see what is data mining. Practically also, you are going to do this association, classification, and prediction. This will be taught, you will be getting it in your practical class. So, all these things, once you process, information processing is making a query, statistical analysis, and how will you present it. Analytical processing is slice down, drill down, all those. Data mining is classification. How do you present it? Yeah, we are using the visualization tools, which does the job of. Finally, it has to give it to the customer. We have to give it to the viewers, whatever the query is made in a particular format to understand. That is, visualization tools does the job. To be very precise, what is the difference between data values? Very important question. OLAP and OLT. It involves historical processing. Now you will come to know why we are going for data warehouse and then OLT. This is only historical processing of information. It involves day-to-day processing. OLT systems use knowledge workers such as executives, manager, and these people will never go for deposit or online like that. They will ask, bring this report, bring the number of years, or what is that. So high level information. OLTP systems are used by clerks, the database administrator, or database professional. This you analyze the business, this run the business. And it focus on information out, it focus on the data in. Yeah, this operational databases will give you the data to the data values, whereas data values give the information in terms of pattern. So there are different kinds of model available for data values. That is star schema, we are going to see. Snowflake schema, we are going to see. Fact constellation schema, these three schemas. Schema in the sense, schema in the sense layout, blueprint of the data values, how it is constructed. But whereas operation database, as I told you already, it is on the data entity relationship model. Data model, it based on the data model, but here it based on the different schema. It focuses on information out, its application is oriented. It contains historical data, same thing is coming. Then it contains current data. It provides summarized and consolidated data. Yeah, summarized and consolidated. Summary of the data is given. The whole consolidated data will be given by the data values, whereas in operational data, very primitive and highly in detail data. And here, multi-dimensional view of data. You can see the data in different view, multi-dimensional. Here you cannot see that, only relational, table, how the column and the tables are given. Flat file, you can see that in operational database. You cannot see it in multi-dimensional data. The number of users here is 100, here number of users is 1000, because data values only high level people will be asking for the reports. So many people, day-to-day users will not use the data values. Here everybody will use the database as you people are using the NC. The number of records accessed is million, here number of record accessed is only tens. Because to give the summarized data, consolidated data, you need to access year-wise data, that's why you access in millions. The databases range from 100 GB to 100 TB. Just imagine how much data. The database here is 100 MB to 100 GB. These are highly flexible, it provides it. Okay, you can study all these things, difference between what is OLAP and what is OLTP. So where does this application, where they are applied actually, banking, airline, hospital, investment, insurance, everywhere data errors is used. So we are coming to the definition after seeing some of what is the difference between operation database and data values. We are coming to the core subject of what is data values. Students, anything you want to ask? It is very theoretical, that's why I am going off, just skipping and going off. Anything you want to ask me? Sorry, little I am not doing good. Anything you want to ask me? Shall I proceed?
Ma'am, I have a doubt.
Please go ahead.
Ma'am, you said in data warehousing, I mean, there is no frequent
Subhash,
updating.
be louder, Subhash.
Hello, ma'am.
Be louder, Subhash.
Yes, ma'am.
Daily you are talking.
Ma'am, is it audible now?
Audible, tell me what you are asking.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, in data warehousing, it said there is no frequent updating data is required. So if we don't frequently update data, then how would we get a good history of data if it takes back in some other years later?
Frequently will not update data. Otherwise, how you will update data frequently is much. You will 6 months data is not enough for data warehouse. Data warehouse is only for huge data. You will see the summarized data for 5 years. So at least year-wise, 2 years data should be updated. uploading the data warehouse takes a longer time. So why you want to update the data often, frequently? What is the purpose?
No, ma'am, in order to get good history of data, we have to
History
update
of
data
data is
regularly.
past history, no? 5
Yes,
years
ma'am.
data, 2 years data, already stored data only will be. See, for example, I'll tell you. 2010 to 2020. Already updated?
Yes, ma'am.
Already it would have been updated, no? So
Yes,
you
ma'am.
can get the past history of the data. But 2021 data will not be updated so quickly. It is not a past history data, no?
Yes, ma'am. It is present time.
Then why you have to update daily?
Okay, yes, ma'am. So we have to fix one time, like years,
That's what
like
I
year.
said. According to the
Okay.
company requirement, 2 years they may, or 5 years data they may update. Because you are going to see only the past history of the data, not daily you are going to check the data. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Data warehouse is actually I have taken this, what is this definition? We'll see one by one what is subject oriented, integrated, and non volatile and timely. Subject oriented, it has its own sense. Integrated, we have to integrate non volatile and time variant collection of data. And put together everything. What is the purpose of data warehouse? Urging to support the decision making of a manager. Finally, what it gives you to guide about your purchase, decide about your sale, decide about your how competitor, decision making. That's what data warehouse. And data mining also sometimes helps for decision making. Data warehouse provide controlled access of data, complex analysis, knowledge discovery, decision. Listen, students, complex analysis, just like that, it is not analysis, complex analysis. You will come to see how the multi-dimensional data is. Knowledge discovery, it's not the information. It is not the information discovery. There is a difference between information and knowledge. You will get a knowledge discovery and decision. These two definitions are two different definitions, but I have taken it looks good. That's why I have taken many definitions are there. This sounds good. That's what I have taken these two definitions for data warehouse. What is the characteristic of data? Just I'm giving a glance what we are going to see. Multi-dimensional conceptual view. There is a meaning of multi-dimensional different, and that box I'm forgetting. The play you will play, no? One box like kuti what is that? Squares will be there, no? What is that play? Name of
Ma'am,
the
it's
play?
Rubik's Cube. Rubik's Cube.
Yeah, you can rotate, no? You can rotate. Any dimension you can rotate. I'll show you the picture. It is not today, it's not with me. I didn't bring that. I'll show you the picture. Exactly the same thing. Exactly the same thing. So we call it as a multi-dimensional conceptual view. What do you mean by that? Conceptual view means there should be a concept on it. You have to see the concept in which you want that multi-dimensional view of a data. An unlimited dimension, unrestricted cross-dimensional operations using dynamic space-matic handling, client-server architecture. These two are the mechanism to see the data in multi-dimensional view. Accessibility and transparency is there. Intuitive data manipulation and consistent reporting performance. These are the very important characteristics of data warehouse. Yeah, it has got some disadvantages also. And nowadays, instead of going for data warehouse straight away, we are making data mining in one of aspect of the data warehouse instead of going straight into data warehouse. So, what is the process? How do you process the data warehouse? what are the components and process you are involved. It is involved in the data warehouses. Components are nothing but what is the process you are doing it in the data warehouses. Subject oriented, integrated, non-volatile, time variant correction. Achieve such a correction. How do you achieve such a correction? This is done by ETL. I'll tell you what is that. Define the basic architecture. See, the components which are there in the data warehouse are first source of data. Where do you get the data? Complete data from which sources you are getting it, that will be there. Then you have to extract the data from the data warehouse and then transformation of the data according to the data warehouse and then loading the data to the data warehouse. Very important concept is ETL. And also the scheme of the data of data warehouse, including metadata. Metadata, what do you mean by metadata? Any idea what is metadata?
Ma'am, collection of different data source.
Come again?
Collection of different data, different types of data.
No. Metadata. Data about data. It will have some dictionary like how we are having index in your book. At the last page about the content of the book, you have something precisely, isn't it? At the last page, like that, what are the data which is there loaded in the data warehouse? There will be a different component, separate component to say what is the data about it. Metadata is nothing but data about data, which is stored in the data warehouse. What is the schema, what is the platform, what is the programming language, what is given, what data is taken from which year, all those data will be given by the metadata. So these three components are very important for data warehouse. One by one we are going to see the data sources, from which sources we are getting it and what is the extraction, transformation and loading. Now we'll see the one by one, if time permits. You see this picture, you come to know. You see that data is even from data, organization and various sites. Databases of organizations from various sites you can. Okay? And data in a worksheet also we can take it. XML format. And ERP and other, whatever the format, let me put it like this, whatever the format, whatever the platform, wherever it is stored, all data put together, data source, you can take the data and given to the data warehouse only after this ETL process. It will be loaded to the data warehouse after this process, that is extraction. While extraction itself, it cleans the data which is required, which is not required. Noisy, unwanted data, repetition, all those things will be cleaned. And profiling, these two are extracting the data. We'll see one by one what is that. And then transformation, aggregating, filtering, joining, sorting. Sometimes same data. Some of the data will be continuously from other data. You have to, what do you mean by aggregating? Bringing together. Filtering the data, joining, sorting. These are all transformation. Loading the data into data warehouse in the particular schema of data warehouse. So the ETL process one by one we are going to see that what is data cleaning, data profiling, transformation and loading. Once this process is carried out on the data which is put together and the data source which arrived in the data, then the data of data warehouse schema along with the metadata, the data can be used for analysis. These three kinds of data will be extracted. That is data of data warehouse first. you will get the data, then data warehouse schema along with the metadata. You have to look into the layout or the blueprint of the data warehouse where you can load the data along with the metadata, in the sense data about data and then analysis tools all put together. Then you load the data into the data warehouse. This becomes a data warehouse. After that, once the data warehouse is built, the reports are generated using the query and analysis. This is the complete architecture of the data warehouse. That's all about the data warehouse and each and everything. Next, we'll see what is data warehouse. Same thing from what where you are getting the data warehouse and what integration, what is the basic characteristics, what is it integrated, how it is integrated, and what is integrating in which subject, and time variance, non-volatile, and metadata, data dictionary, data extraction, transformation, loading, ETL, extraction phase, data cleaning, profiling, filtering, joiner, aggregator, sorting, data warehouse architecture. Everything will be seen. I think I can take it in the next class. How does it load manager, warehouse manager, query manager, detailed information, summary of it. Shall I take the class next class tomorrow? I'll stop it here. I'll stop it here with this one. Where is it? Here. Okay. This is the architecture of data warehouse. One by one, we'll see it in tomorrow's class. Okay? Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Everything. What are the data source? It will be repeated only whatever we discussed so far. But anyhow, we'll see what is data cleaning, data profiling, how do you aggregate, all those things you need to know too, because you will not see the practical section of data warehouse. In data mining, you will be doing this cleaning process. So it will be useful to know what is cleaning. We'll see it in next class. I think one information I have to give here is that if the data warehouse is completed, we may jointly take for data mining with MS systems because case faculty is not appointed so far. If actually requested me to take data mining together with MSc, I may take the class with the MS students also because they do have the data mining in the syllabus. They don't have the practicals, but the theoretical part they can be with us. So I will be completing this data warehouse quickly within 4 classes, and then we'll go for data mining. We'll concentrate on data mining. Okay? Okay? Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
One thing I wanted to say, if you want to do this data mining, you can take one research paper for this practicals and just implement. Read speaking in data mining class. Then you come to know how does it work. It will be very easy for you to understand how the data mining tools are used. So I'll be taking the class tomorrow. Now I'll sign off. Okay, thank you for the class. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.